Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Sorin Keran, and I'm currently driving the Artificial Intelligence Strategy and Solution Group. Today, I'm going to quickly cover in the next 10 minutes what is our wider strategy, what is our strategy around the HPC and AI, especially with the recent announcements that you have witnessed. And also, in the end, I'm going to take a couple of questions. So let's start. So as you have seen in the press and in the various announcements lately, most of the enterprises today are starting a digital transformation. And the digital transformation is important for the various parts of the enterprise simply because our customers decided that they want to consume our services and our products, and in general, the enterprise's services and products in a very different way. Undeniably, the opportunity is edge-centric, data-driven, and cloud-enabled. Because more or less all the time today, all our data and all the experience happens at the edge. And HPE, from that point of view, is nicely positioned in our portfolio to enhance and redefine the experience at the edge. In the center, obviously, is data. It always is, where it is consumed, transformed, and so on and so forth. And then it is reapplied at the edge in order for enterprises and companies to get predictions, and based on these predictions, to actually perform actions. So basically, around the edge and the data center are surrounding the data. So data obviously is at the heart of the digital transformation, workloads, businesses, processes, and so on and so forth. And obviously, as I mentioned before, we are not only edge-centric and data-driven, but we are actually cloud-enabled. So obviously, innovation starts in the cloud, but it still relies also on the core. So a hybrid cloud experience is more or less where we are actually going to go. And how do we actually consume this? Most of our customers today decided that they would like to consume this as a service. And why? Simply because it is sometimes faster, easier, less risk, and more manageable. Delivering everything as a service is customer-led. We want to enhance the customer experience, and our customers decide how they want to consume our products and our services. As I have mentioned before, our strategy is edge-centric, data-driven, and cloud-enabled. But at the same time, we're also looking at a comprehensive portfolio for our HPC and AI customers. In the two tables that you're actually having in front of you, on the left-hand side, we are actually showing a very high-level description of what we are offering to our customers. On the right-hand side, we're actually seeing the benefits that our customers are enjoying by actually using our solutions, let it be hardware, software, and so on and so forth. As our strategy is edge-centric, data-driven, and cloud-enabled, we are looking also at offering our HPC and AI customers a comprehensive portfolio. As you might have heard in the past couple of months, obviously, HPE has acquired Cray, and this led to a complete and comprehensive portfolio to solve the various problems that our customers are seeing in solving their most difficult problems. So if you look on the left-hand side, we actually have a high-level description of what we're actually bringing to our customers. From the storage perspective, we're looking at high-performance storage, like our Lustre solutions, for example, and to an intelligent data management for HPC and AI. From the computer interconnect, obviously we have a compute optimized for workload, scale, and density, either let it be water-cooled or air-cooled. At the same time, from the interconnect perspective, we are looking at our own proprietary solutions like Slingshot, but also at the same time like the industry-wide InfiniteBand. From the software perspective, obviously we start with our comprehensive processor-optimized programming environment. But also we are looking at secure intelligent system management with comprehensive operating system support, ranging from Red Hat, SLES, and our own Linux environment as well. But what happens when we're actually building a system from the ground up using our storage, computer interconnect, and enhanced by our software? What the customer in the end are getting is a curated supercomputing solution that is bound to work seamlessly and also to be put in production very, very easy. At the same time, we're looking at AI-ready container-based architecture, supporting a wide choice of toolchains that are allowing our customers to create their AI models in order to actually solve their most difficult problems. Finally, we do have a full range of consumption and deployment options, and also an efficient high-touch service model that allows our customer to quickly go in production and not to think about the deployments, the installs, the support, and so on and so forth. So if you're actually putting all of this together, what you obtain is actually it's an HPC and AI portfolio leadership in the industry. We do have industry-leading capabilities, ranging from the infrastructure up to the software and services. At the same time, what we're actually doing, we are enabling these technologies that are actually going to take us in the new exascale era. Some of them today, some of them are actually down the road. And also, finally, as we are pivoting our company as a service, we want all of these technologies and all of our solutions to be deployed and consumed anywhere. Let it be in the cloud, let it be in the data center, or let it be in a hybrid way. And this is why our portfolio allows us to be in front of our customers and to allow them to consume our services as they want at their own pace in order to solve their most difficult problems. Now, I would like to actually take some questions. Your first slide could be read to mean your strategy is entirely cloud-focused, and yet you are a company which has invested heavily in its technology business with the purchase of SGI and Cray. How do you marry technology leadership with delivering everything as a service? Well, I would like to say that the market is moving fast, and the new era as a service requires continuous innovation, portfolio evolution, so customers can consume our technologies the way they want. Companies have expressed a shift in preference from buying and operating their IT infrastructure to consuming their platform as a service at the edge, in the data center, or through colocation providers. At HP, everything begins with the customer. So this is why HP will also offer a simple, standardized, and agile way for our customers to consume our supercomputing services. We understand that in some cases, we need to move from standard to customizable, for example. So it is really about the customer experience. And finally, we are going to look at when we're actually going to arrive at a destination of optimized workloads, which are outcome focused and operated, for example, by HPE and consumed as a complete as a service. The second question is, data has always driven supercomputing. As it becomes even more important to business and science, do we need to turn our focus from computing technologies to data technology? The way I would like to answer that is, data has always driven supercomputing. Whenever we are actually deploying our supercomputers, we are looking at this at least from a couple of angles. What are our customer needs from the compute perspective? What are our customer needs from the storage perspective? And what are our customer needs from the interconnect perspective? And all of these three things normally tie in together. The way we're thinking about this until now was, how do we make the compute faster? Yes, we did work on our storage, we did improve the throughput, we did improve the latency, but it was always, how do I crunch the number faster? And we've been actually looking at compute technologies, how do we better them, and how do we make sure that the data is consumed faster? But now, starting with the recent years, data has actually taken front stage. Because now what most of you, what our customers are doing, they are interested in where the data is generated. How does then the data moves from the edge to the data center? But in flight, data can be transformed, curated, pre-processed, consumed real time, and then once it lands on a storage device, where does it land? How do I tear it down? But from one point of view, data needs to become also agile, intelligent. And this is why most of you, our customers today, and including at HP, we are looking how do we, for example, do we look at reusing compute or reusing pipelines to simulate processes that actually have taken place before. So most of our customers today do not think that data relies on the storage somewhere, but it actually influences how my processes takes place. It influences how my simulation takes place. So yes, we are moving from compute technologies to data technologies to invest more in how do we actually the data smarter. The third question is, do we need to continue splitting supercomputing into HPC and AI, exascale AI? Are they two sides of the same coin? Advances in artificial intelligence techniques and its intersection with modeling and simulation and other HPC workloads are actually generating a new set of tools that are helping industries to arrive faster to solution and business outcomes. Artificial intelligence can be seen as an HPC workload, where AI developers are using HPC machines to train and run their models. Supercomputers are now an integral part of the AI models pipeline. In the world today, scientists are working at the intersection of the HPC simulation and AI new models. What this means is that basically, as I'm going out and I want to create my AI models, in order to train, I always need faster computers, faster data, faster interconnect, and so on and so forth. So from that perspective, from one side of the coin, AI can be an HPC workload. On the other hand, is that artificial intelligence is actually used in HPC simulation. And this has been a topic that has been helping science for the couple of decades in so difficult tasks, like, for example, reducing computational burden on the simulation jobs, using AI for actually doing parameter estimation for their mathematical models, using also AI to understand how do I validate and verify models as well. Moving forward in the exascale age, there is actually a third point, which might be part of both worlds, which means that more and more, the edge will become smarter and faster and bigger. So in the exascale era, I'm actually going to move my compute, my storage on the edge, where actually AI happens, and then actually running and operating AI right there where they generated. Question number 4, what is HPE doing to help customers and or employees during the COVID-19 quarantine? The COVID-19 global pandemic is an unprecedented situation that is affecting all of our families, our businesses, our communities, and our way of life. HPE is a purpose-driven company committed to changing the way people live and work. We're already putting in place multiple programs to protect and assist our team members, their families, and our communities. HPE is also mobilizing the full weight of its resources and global ecosystem of partners to help our customers throughout these very uncertain times. So as an edge-to-cloud platform as a service company, HPE is here to help our customers bring together the right expertise and support. Financial flexibility and technological solutions are also very important, and they are also needed to meet some of your most immediate challenges and unexpected demands. To ensure our stability, to continue to serve you, to be always there and to be available, to coordinate our response to protect our people and our partners, to be a force for good to support our communities, to be involved, truly involved in the COVID-19 pandemic, to actually understanding better the disease as well. We actually are working hard on accelerating cryo-EM research. We've been working with healthcare agencies and using our IP and data science to accelerate the virus understanding, and also to look at how do we actually get faster to a vaccine. We've been giving access to our HPC and AI environment and the infrastructure to research companies, customers, and partners. And finally, we're actually looking at developing better PharmML pipelines with our partners. So we've been together with our partners, with our communities, and with our employees. Thank you very much.